Today on Corporate Review, join us as we explore innovative technologies, cutting-edge solutions, and timely discussions from leaders across the globe. This is Corporate Review.
We've all heard the term the Internet of Things, or IoT, and the hype surrounding it. Well, while the value of improved data analytics is easy to see, many companies are stopping short of adoption because of the complexity of integrating existing equipment assets into this new vision. Jerry O'Gorman, President and CEO of B+B Electronics, joins us to discuss this exciting topic and to explain how his company is engineering a new category of products that are designed to extend intelligence to the edge of the network and deliver data to analytics applications more efficiently and effectively. Welcome, Jerry.
Thanks, Jackie. I'm really thrilled to be here to talk about IoT and B+B Electronics.
Explain to us, Jerry, what the Internet of Things means and why technology at the edge of networks is so critical for users.
So the first part of that, the Internet of Things, is really an exploding trend in the market. And the Internet of Things is about connecting devices, sensors, machines, some with intelligence, some that don't have intelligence, and connecting them and gathering data from them and presenting that data to more advanced analytics to derive value, to improve efficiencies, cost savings for industries, to develop new service delivery and new service platforms. So the Internet of Things is a really exciting trend in our market.
Mm-hmm. As far as this being so important out to the edge of the network, what does that mean?
What it really means is if you go back to the foundation of the consumer internet as we know it. So the first phase of the internet was fixed internet, and it brought about 1 billion subscribers onto the internet. The current mobile internet has 2 billion people additional using the internet. The potential for the Internet of Things by the year 2020 is to have 10 times that amount of devices connected to the internet, so up to 30 billion or more.
So out to the edge means it's got to work everywhere.
It's got to work everywhere, and that's where the complexity of the Internet of Things comes in, is when you get to the edge, devices are sometimes already installed for quite a number of years, so they don't play nicely with the modern web technology.
So tell us who B+B Electronics is and how your technology helps in these situations. How's it different?
B+B was founded in 1981, has always been involved in communications of industrial devices and intercommunication of one form of device to another. So when you get to the edge of the network, you encounter devices over many, many years of age with different technologies involved, different protocols. And our role and our technology, and particularly our new technology, is focused at taking those interactions, those communications, translating those proprietary protocols and those difficult to do things, and presenting that information in a data form that the web understands. For example, we're using a protocol called MQTT, which was originally designed by IBM. And MQTT, the best way to describe it, it's like Twitter for machines. So it's a publish-subscribe protocol, which means that you can have various subscribers, so lots of machines can subscribe to a piece of data and use that data in their analytics.
Fascinating. In this Corporate Review Field Report, we take a closer look at B+B Electronics and their solutions.
With the Internet of Things becoming more and more prevalent in the market today, companies are finding it increasingly difficult to implement new systems to match the rising tide. B+B Electronics has the expertise and technology platform to make sure companies are making the right connections.
You know, there's new terms in the industry about Internet of Things or IoT that have been referring in the media to a lot of commercial type of technology and connecting people and sensors now to the internet. In the industrial world, the Internet of Things revolution is taking place just as well. It's a little different. In the industrial world, machines have been talking to machines for years. The terminology M2M is pretty popular in the industry. And really, in the industrial world, I view IoT more as an evolution of M2M, not a revolution as we see in the consumer world. What we're going to do is take new technologies and capabilities and marry them with the existing M2M world to kind of provide new ways to connect assets to applications in cost-effective ways that were not previously possible.
We have a very stringent component qualification process. Our customers dictate that we have to meet or exceed all the extended industrial temperature requirements. For example, RoHS 2 certification is a requirement that our customers have. To attain that, our engineering department has to go and review every test summary page to make sure it meets all the requirements. Once completed, then we approve that part for use.
B+B Electronics is a one-stop source for the best-in-class rugged, reliable, wired and wireless connectivity and communication solutions. Their focus is to deliver world-class technologies that are reliable, easy to use, and easy to implement.
Jerry, numbers from multiple research firms vary widely on the expected growth of the Internet of Things, but they really all indicate rapid adoption. Now, are those numbers largely consumer applications?
No, actually, most research indicates that the industrial Internet of Things is about 50% of the total opportunity. And that might seem strange when you consider the world of wearables and smart vehicles, smart cars, smart homes in the consumer world. But the fact is that there are a huge amount of already deployed devices that need to be connected in the industrial world. And that's driving enormous growth in the industrial segment of the Internet of Things.
Now, many companies use the term easy to use to describe their products, yet within an IoT solution, you've described a process that doesn't really sound that easy at all. Why is that? And is easy to use still a reasonable claim?
I think for us it is, and our whole vision is to enable the Internet of Things for industries. And we're doing that with our eyes wide open and with a long credibility of establishing machine-to-machine connections, over 3 million machine-to-machine connections over a number of years. So we've encountered the complexities at the edge, and we've figured a way to translate that complexity to standard data formats that web analytics and web applications can easily communicate with. So we're effectively being a translator of the complexity and delivering our solutions to enable a type of zero-touch deployment from the center.
Now, typically operations technology is a separate discipline from enterprise IT in most companies. How does IoT change that dynamic?
I think IoT is the conduit to allow for a convergence between what's called operations technology and IT. So it's enabling that convergence to happen.
Now, Jerry, do you believe that business operations understand the full value of IoT, or are they still in kind of a learning evaluation stage?
I think it's moved past the learning phase. It's certainly in an evaluation phase right now, and they're really appreciating that the data they can derive from these systems is helping them to do their jobs much better, more efficiently, and drive a lot of cost out of operations in doing so.
And what about IT?
IT, on the other hand, are more familiar with the web and the internet, but are not as familiar with what happens out at the edge of the network. So provided a company like ours can provide them with data in the right format that they understand, they can work with that data without truly understanding what's happening at the edge of the network.
It does sound complicated. Now, you recently introduced the Wizard sensor platform for IoT. What is that, and how's the response been from the market?
Yeah, it's a robust, rugged, we say IP67, which means that it can withstand being immersed in water, etc. So it's a wireless sensing platform that uses two different wireless technologies. A really important wireless technology is a meshing wireless, low energy technology that allows the communication between many wizards to allow data to flow from sensors that are connected to them and allow that data to flow to a gateway product. The gateway product will then process some of that information, but mostly it will send that information back to the cloud, to a hosting platform, to data analytics, application systems, etc. It can be programmed using a Bluetooth secondary radio that it has on there, and we've got apps for tablets, for iPhones, for smartphones to allow the configuration of this sensor node, which is the Wizard. So we're really, really excited about the opportunity this affords. The initial reaction to this product in the market has been phenomenal. We've already received a number of awards from various bodies, including a Engineering Design News Award, an award from ID TechX for the most innovative industrial IoT product.
Congratulations.
Yes, yeah. And more importantly, probably, we're really starting to forge very interesting relationships with major companies involved in the world of the internet and IoT. So recently, IBM announced us as a partner in their IBM Foundation, which is associated with IoT. And really the Wizard product line and the concept behind it drove this association. We've also got units placed in the Verizon Innovation Center.
Jerry, your company has trademarked the phrase swarm intelligence. What does that mean?
What it really means is that in these very large systems of connected devices, if all of that data needed to be sent back to a central location to be processed, analyzed, and then decisions made and sent back out, some of those systems cannot tolerate that level of latency or delay. So it's very important that even within the Internet of Things, while it's generally about sending information to the cloud, there's the thought process that systems must have more localized intelligence. And some people have termed that fog computing. So you're going from the cloud to the fog.
Got it.
And we've taken that to the next layer. So our gateways, so these gateways that connect to our Wizard sensing platform and can connect to other equipment at the edge of the network, our gateways can host applications just like your smartphone can. And those applications can enable a much more appropriate solution. So you're putting intelligence at the edge of the network through the gateway, and that's really your fog computing. Where Swarm comes in is that within those gateways, we've developed special technology using software to allow gateways within a network communicate very quickly with each other and share the load of the application. So it's like the concept of a swarm, like a swarm of bees or ants working together to achieve a task. So our gateways are able to communicate on a special communications bus with each other, share the load of the application, connect data from different parts of the network, and use the intelligence from the different pieces of data to make local decisions based maybe on a rate of change of temperature. So, you know, you're not sending every piece of data back. It might decide that temperature has changed in the more recent time, so now we're going to set an alert. We're going to inform the headquarters that this has happened, and from this point forward, we're now going to gather data at a more rapid rate because something has happened in the system.
It decides to do that by itself. It knows.
Yeah, it knows. So the idea of swarm intelligence is that we have intelligence at the edge of the network, but we're doing it in a way where our gateways are communicating with each other intelligently to make much better, more rapid decisions. And, you know, it's a little bit like co-processors in a computer system where two processors are sharing the load. In this case, we're keeping the average cost of our gateway hardware at a low level. It doesn't have to be incredibly powerful or sophisticated, but by being able to share the load with other gateways, it can achieve the same purpose for a much lower entry-level cost.
Now, what is an ecosystem of partners, Jerry, and how is that important for your company?
The ecosystem of partners is really, really important. You know, we've talked about how big the Internet of Things is, how incredible an opportunity it is. We also want to ensure that we're not trying to be everything to everybody. We have core strengths, we have really exciting, interesting technology, and we enable solutions in the Internet of Things, but we are not the complete solution. So therefore, from the sensor, in the first place, we need to communicate and partner with companies who make sensors, because we don't make sensors, but we make nodes and devices that allow sensor information to be communicated and standardized. Equally, we're not a data analytics company or a software applications company. So we have a number of ecosystem partners that we're working very closely with so that our hardware plugs and plays with their systems out of the box.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So you are the conduit then from the information that the sensors are gathering to the analytics.
Exactly.
Tell us about your new messaging and how the company has evolved over the years to get to where it is today, really on the cutting edge of computing.
B+B Electronics started in 1981. We've always been involved in industrial communication, but started our life with more simple devices. We manufacture in North America, we manufacture in Europe, but even as a manufacturer, we went to market originally through a catalog. In this new world, we're really pushing a lot of transformation in the company, and the transformation has come about in two key ways. One is huge investment in technology to participate in this more sophisticated world of the Internet of Things and be more of a leader in that world. Secondly, we're using our ecosystem of partners to deliver our solutions to customers. So it's a much more go-to-market through partners, through system integrators, through distributors, rather than selling through a catalog. And we felt that the name B+B Electronics was more associated with the world of electronics, selling through a catalog, selling direct. And we wanted to get across the message of this new B+B, this transformed B+B with a huge emphasis on new technology, really a technology company. But there was a very strong brand legacy and loyalty to the B+B name. And therefore, we've come up with the name B+B SmartWorx as a way to deliver this new image, this new positioning of the company, to help that understanding, but also to stay very current to our long-term customers who know us as B+B.
How has this corporate transformation been accepted by your customers and your employees? Because, of course, they were so familiar with the B+B Electronics name.
I think everybody in the company and our community of partners, and particularly our sales partners, have really bought into the transformation that's taking place at B+B. Everybody in the company is highly motivated and excited by the opportunity that's there. And there is a recognition that, maybe the term electronics was no longer appropriate to where we're going and what we're trying to do right now.
Right, right. Lastly, Jerry, what do you think the near future holds for B+B SmartWorx?
I think it should be a wonderful future. We've got a great team of people. We've got some really dedicated, loyal people in the company doing fantastic work, making all this change happen. And I'm absolutely certain we're going to have a great future.
Jerry, it sounds like B+B SmartWorx is revolutionizing technology yet again. So thanks for joining us and explaining it.
Thanks, Jackie. Nice to be here.